Hello, the cnMaestro 5.2.0 release is now available. Here are the key new features covered in this video and the times at which they appear in the event you would like to fast forward to review a specific feature. This release extends the data history available in primary cnMaestro dashboards and other tools such as assurance and application control from 7 days to 30 days, helping network administrators with longer time frames for troubleshooting and to gain greater insights into network usage patterns. With a month-long view, administrators can better understand the client experience with information such as client session durations, the RSSI level, signal-to-noise ratios, the band, device capabilities, and upload and download totals. To extend the viewing period, navigate to the system-level network and then go to the Clients page. In the Duration drop-down menu, select 30 days. This is also available at the Managed Account level, the Local Area Network level, and the site level in the network tree. And you can select a client and navigate to the client dashboard, the Applications page, the Performance page, and the Lifecycle page. Notice on the client dashboard and application pages, when you select the 30-day view, you have access to a slider bar that allows you to focus on any 7-day period within the 30 days. EasyPass onboarding ensures simple but secure Wi-Fi connections for many different types of devices, including BYOD and IoT. This helps IT teams address the operational challenges of growing multi-use networks. EPSKs provide the simplicity of traditional pre-shared keys with the security strength of 802.1x authentication. Each user or device is assigned a unique EPSK, allowing for secure, personalized communications between devices and the network. EasyPass onboarding expands Cambium Network's enhanced pre-share key technology with the addition of a cloud-managed version. So now Cambium supports 3 versions of the EPSK. EPSK Local, which is where EPSKs are cached locally on the Wi-Fi access points and have a limit of 2,000 per network. Next is EPSK Radius, and this is where the EPSKs are managed via a Radius server with a limit of 50,000 per network. And the new EPSK is the EPSK Cloud, and this is where the EPSKs are managed in the cloud with no limit on the number of EPSKs per network. This is ideal for medium-sized networks and IoT devices. This new EPSK Cloud technology is based on Xeris UPSK functionality, which has now been made available in cnMaestro X. EPSK Cloud is used automatically when creating users in the EasyPass onboarding portal and MarketApps for MDUs. EasyPass onboarding operates through 2 different types of wireless LANs. A network SSID, which does not have a captive portal and is designed for IoT devices without screens or browsers. And the second is a self-registration SSID, which provides a self-onboarding captive portal for BYOD use cases with email, Azure, and Google authentication options. This allows an end user to create their own unique EPSK, or the administrator can create or import a batch of EPSKs which can be passed out to users for individualized, secure authentication onto your network. Once created, the EPSKs can be exported into a CSV file, which can then be used by third-party systems, which will distribute the EPSKs to individuals. To create the onboarding portal, navigate to Network Services, EasyPass, and then click Add Portal. Give the portal a name and select the Managed Account. Then select the onboarding portal and click Save and Continue. On the onboarding page, you can allow users to self-onboard, and this is where they will create their own unique EPSK without any assistance from the IT department. If you choose this option, you will need to specify the authentication type, which can be an email containing a system-generated EPSK and sent to the user, or you can require the user to use their Google or Microsoft Azure credentials. If you choose Google or Azure, your network administrator will need to authorize the use of the portal along with the Google or Azure environment. If you choose to use Azure as the authentication type, you can specify which Active Directory groups are authorized to use this portal. You can then assign these groups to users when you create or import their user accounts. And if you use the email authentication method, you can restrict the use of this portal to users within a specific domain. On the Limits page, you can specify how long a device will be able to access the network using this EPSK. If this is a school that is assigning an EPSK for each student to use during the semester, the administrator can select a custom duration and enter the number of days in the semester. And you can also limit the number of devices that are able to use this EPSK. If a person exceeds the number of allowed devices, you can have cnMaestro automatically remove an existing device to make room for the new device. You will just need to set the duration that has passed since its last connection time. After the duration has been reached, the device can automatically be replaced by a new device. New to cnMaestro is the ability to add a custom background page. On the Design page, next to Page Background Image, move the slider bar to the right, and under Upload Image, click Select File. Browse out to your local hard drive, select the background image, and click Open. You can further customize the image by setting the background opacity level. Also, new to this release of cnMaestro, you can import a CSS file with settings to customize the login page. On the Wireless LANs page, you will select the network SSID and the registration SSID. The network SSID does not use a captive portal. It is designed for IoT devices without screens or browsers. The self-registration SSID is the self-onboarding captive portal for BYOD use cases with email, Azure, and the Google authentication options. After you save the onboarding portal, you will have access to the Users page. You can add an individual new user by clicking the Add New button. You will need to enter the name, a user ID, and an email address. Then you can have the system automatically generate EPSKs, set a limit to the number of devices that can use this EPSK, and customize the activation and expiration time for this user. Another option you have is to import a CSV file with a list of users, and the system will generate an EPSK for each user. If you are unsure of the format of the file, click the Download cnMaestro template link. You can use this template and fill out the relevant information and save it to your local hard drive. And then import this list of users into cnMaestro. You can select a single user or multiple users or all users by clicking the boxes on the left-hand side of the user list. You can regenerate a new EPSK by selecting the user and clicking the Regenerate EPSK button. This will overwrite the original EPSK even if you had created a custom EPSK for this user. You can extend user sessions by selecting the user and clicking the Extend Session button. This will extend the session by the amount of time of the original duration as configured. You can edit the user details, and you can delete a user. You can export this group of users and their information by selecting the users and clicking the Export drop-down menu and export this page or all user entries to a CSV file, which can then be imported into other systems. Another enhancement that we've added to EasyPass with this release is the EasyPass API support. To review the new APIs for EasyPass, go to Network Services API Client. On the API Client page, click the tryout link on an existing API client. On the left side of the RESTful API page, in the API Categories column, click EasyPass. And now you will see the 24 APIs available for EasyPass in the Swagger API library. In this release of cnMaestro, there are several enhancements to MarketApps, including an increase to the number of property managers allowed in the system, configuration of the time zone of the properties, the ability to create a checkout time across a property, support for multiple personal SSIDs, and the bulk assignment of residents via importing a CSV file. Please note that this video does not cover the configuration of the MarketApp in detail, but will instead only focus on the new enhancements. To review detailed steps on configuring the MarketApp, please refer to the cnMaestro 5.1.0 What's New video. To configure a MarketApp, go to Network Services, MarketApps, and click the Add New button. Give the MarketApp a name, select the Managed Account, and in this case, select Managed Wi-Fi, and click Save and Continue. Select the Community Wi-Fi Wireless LAN, and then Enable Personal Wi-Fi. With this release, the administrator has the ability to allow for up to 4 personal Wi-Fi SSIDs that the residents can customize. Also in this release of cnMaestro, the administrator can invite up to 10 different property managers. The administrator also has the ability to configure a system time zone when creating the MarketApp, and he can change the time zone later if necessary. In this release of cnMaestro, the property manager can configure a checkout time for the entire property. For providers such as hotels or RV resorts where the customer must check out by a certain time, this setting will automatically terminate Wi-Fi access at the configured checkout time. To configure the checkout time, open the Property Manager app and open the user profile in the upper right corner of the web page and then click Settings. Notice the system time zone has already been set by the administrator. and now the property manager can configure the checkout time. Another new feature is the ability to import a list of tenants, thereby streamlining the onboarding process for property managers. To import a list of tenants, in the Property Manager app, next to the Assign Unit button, there's a button that looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Click it to open up the Bulk Assign Residence window. And then click Browse File to browse out to your local hard drive to download the list of tenants. If the property manager is not sure what the file should look like, he can click the Download Sample link and open the CSV file, configure it as necessary, and save it. Now click the Browse File button, browse out to your local hard drive, select the file, and click Assign. cnMaestro has increased the audit log history from 1 month to 3 months. The extended log history provides detailed records including results, types, modules, actions, sources, and much more, allowing administrators to track user actions and system changes over a longer period of time. This view helps identify patterns and spot security vulnerabilities that may otherwise go unnoticed in a shorter time frame. To review the audit log, navigate to Administration Audit Logs. A new Apply Filters button allows you to do a search for log entries by entering your search criteria and then clicking Apply Filters. You can export the logs by creating and running a data report, which will export the audit logs into a CSV file. To create this report, select the system level or managed account level in the network tree and go to the Reports page. Then click Add New Data Report. Give the report a name, and under Type, select Audit Logs. Under Start Date, you can go back in history up to 3 months. And to start the report, click Add. Once the report has completed, you can go to the Completed page and download the report here, or you can go to the Administration, Jobs, Reports page to download the report. Improve user management with IDP-based role configuration in cnMaestro. Assign roles to domain user groups based on identity provider group membership. This enables seamless access, where users can log in once via a single sign-on to access multiple cnMaestro accounts without additional authentication. This also improves security with centralized management of security policies, including passwords and authentication. This will eliminate the need for multiple logins and passwords, streamlining access across all accounts. To activate single sign-on for your organization with cnMaestro, submit a support ticket on the Cambium Support Center and provide the IDP email domain address. The support team will add the IDP and complete the registration by generating an IDP role mapping key and IDP authentication URL. An interference scan for cnWave 60 GHz products helps identify neighboring networks and devices that may be causing interference on a link. This interference can affect the network performance, causing slower speeds, higher latency, and connection drops. By understanding where interference is coming from, administrators can take corrective measures like adjusting transmit power or aligning devices. Thus, optimizing overall signal-to-noise ratios from neighboring devices. To review the cnWave interference scan results, select the cnWave network in the network tree and navigate to the map page. Then, click on the link you want to review. And in the window on the right, there will be a section called Interference Scan History. Click on the link node you suspect is experiencing the problems, and the entire window will display information about the link, including the devices and the underlying problem, which in this case is a very poor signal-to-noise ratio.